work? There we go. We're in. That's incredible. That was the best one ever.
I honestly thought that was
This is
most
us now that we
productive.
have moved apart. This is a space between us.
Wow. Now they've actually created physical space everywhere they go. Yeah. Well, I can't wait to dive into that. Yeah.
Man.
Were we salty about it? We're happy? We're okay? We're figuring it out?
I was sad and she did not care.
Okay.
She was masking her emotions.
I am so just like, I need to get the place like in order. I need to build this. I need to build that. So there hasn't even been time to like think about the fact that we're moving apart. But like I was saying, I think in about probably a couple days or a week when I'm just, everything is all done and I'm just sitting there and I'm just all by myself. I
know she's going to come downstairs. Knock, knock, knock.
No, I actually, I was
sad.
the one who was like, I think we should get walkie-talkies.
Yes, how fun.
No, that would be awesome. Are you guys in the same building?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah,
See,
look, we need to make a request. We can't go too far apart. Yeah.
Honestly, though, I don't want to move ever again because that was hard. And it was only, well, it was three floors up.
3 floors up.
Oh, it was all inside.
But it was, oh my gosh, I don't want to move again.
Yeah,
and it was literally just her bedroom and bathroom. Like, I have all the living room stuff. And that was it.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I've
built all my furniture. I feel like I'm a handyman. Handy woman.
Yeah.
My hands, I had like blisters from like screwing so
the little baby Allen wrench.
Yeah. Your hand. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But we're almost there. We're on the home stretch.
Did you have to order new furniture, like living room furniture? That's the stuff you were putting all together?
Oh, yeah.
Look at you, handy woman.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at her face. She's just like, I miss you already.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even miss you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I do miss you.
You guys are amazing. All right, well, this is fun. We're catching up after a lot of life events. Yeah, a lot of deep breaths.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. A lot of life events.
It is officially post-Paris.
It is post-Paris.
Our list of things to do has gotten longer. I know that's shocking, but it has gotten longer.
Have you knocked anything off the list?
No.
No.
We've added things.
Yeah. Moving, that was one.
Yeah,
I mean, literally moved. We got back, spent the evening at the old place, and then the next day moved in. So it's been, life after Paris has been hectic, and when we went to Manhattan, we got so many interview people just being like, so like, what do you take from the experience, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I haven't even had time to fully think about what even just happened, because right after we lost, our families and everything were there, so we just spent like a whole bunch of time with them, so even then didn't have time. So it's just been go, no time to reflect.
Yeah.
But I will say it's like different. I don't know what it is, but it's just different. And I saw a lot of posts about like the Olympic blues, or you work so hard for 4 years for 2 weeks of your life, and then it's over. And that was all I could say to Drew. I was like crying after the game, and I was like, it's over. Like, that's it. And he's like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't even know how to describe it other than it's just like a weird feeling. Yeah. Like when we went back we had 3 practices before we went back to Manhattan Beach playing. And even Drew was like, I don't even know how to coach, like, cause it's just, we don't have that like one top goal that we're now pushing for. So it's like, what do we do? Yeah. Like, who was saying it's like an astronaut coming back from space? Was that Al? I think Al was saying that literally post Olympics, it's like astronaut coming back from space. Yeah. It's just like, it's
getting
different.
Your bearings,
yeah,
like you're figuring it out. Yeah,
you just like push so many things off, and I think I felt like guilty because I felt like it was so one-sided with a lot of my relationships, and I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm so busy right now. Like, I literally can't do X, Y, or Z, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have to find time, make time. And there is very little of that, but I am trying to just like slowly work my way back into, my like weekly, monthly FaceTime calls with my friends and catching up with people, because they have lives too. Like not everything is put on hold because I was going and doing something. And so just taking the time to catch up with everybody else, and calling my grandparents yesterday, and they just like start crying. They're like, we're so proud of you. And that was the other thing. I felt like it was really hard to be extremely proud because I wasn't happy with the finish, and that's what I was telling Kristen.
I think it was definitely hard. The going out round of 16, that was That was tough.
I'd imagine, yeah. And like, I mean, reading your guys' posts and stuff and just seeing, you know, just understanding from that perspective of probably playing the best that you guys have ever played coming in, right? Like all the energy is good, and then starting out 3-0, like, and just being in a great position to get there and lining up perfect to be against the 1 seed, you know, like I can't imagine just the thoughts and the energy and the things that you guys are going through. Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely hard. And I think we even questioned playing. I mean, even before going into the Olympics, we were like, we don't know if Manhattan, if we're going to do it or not. It was always up in the air. Yeah. But yeah, after that finish, it was like, do we do it? Do we not? And for me, I was like, I need something else on my brain. Like volleyball wise, that is not the last game that we just played. And to her, I was like, my thing was like, we just need to go play. We have no expectation. Like, I don't even want to go in being like, no, we're going to win this thing. We're going to win that first game. Like, that's all we care about is just game by game, literally. And she was still a little like, I don't know if I want to do it. And then finally, I think literally the day before, we had to like actually fully make a decision. She was like, you know what? F it. Let's just do it. And I'm glad she said that because that was needed.
Yeah, looking back, I am very glad that I said yes. But if it would have gone poorly, like there was just so much back and forth because if you have 2 poor tournaments back to back, it's like, oh my gosh, am I actually? And then more and more questions start coming. But I think we did a pretty good job of literally taking it one game and just like trying to get that last game, that horrible taste of like beach volleyball in general, and just like getting that out of our system. But yeah, that was tough.
No, I can imagine.
On a very positive note though, the amount after that game and just throughout the whole Olympic experience, the amount of support that we received, it was unreal. I think one of my favorite memories was after our first match against Bansley Bukovic. It was first one, 10 p.m. The Eiffel Tower twinkled. So afterwards, we come out, we do all the media stuff after the match, and we come out, and there is all of our family and friends just decked out head to toe in their TKN USA gear and just chanting TKN, TKN, and coming out to that, it talk about just goosebumps and just like, this is freaking cool. That was pretty sick. And on top of the playing underneath the Eiffel Tower and all that.
I think that's,
yeah, the amount of support we had, and again after the loss, like the amount of people reaching out, oh my goodness, that was awesome. That was really cool.
Yeah, and then we even go to Manhattan and a little, you know, like down in the dumps, you know, just a little sad.
Yeah.
And even talking to the other Olympians that just got back, I'm like, how are you? And he's like, what's going on in life? He's like, I sat in a dark room for 3 days and just like played video games to just go do something else. And I was like, well, I feel that, but I hate video games. And just talking to other players and the fact that other players, people that we are competing against, and they were reaching out about like how proud they were of us and representing the United States. And that is when I finally could like be proud of myself.
That's cool.
Yes, it wasn't the result. You can't always get the result that you want, but did you make your country proud, and did you perform to your highest ability? No, but you were still there and you were competing hard. And
I think it's going to take a little bit to get used to when they announce us. They're like, Taryn Kloth, an Olympian. It's just like,
oh, that's cool.
What?
Yeah.
That's where I realized we were Olympians.
Yeah. You're like, damn. Or like the AVP like announcement, like when, is it still Mark?
I was like,
yeah, it's still Mark.
Yeah.
They said that about us.
Yeah.
But it also was wild because 3 years ago, Manhattan Beach Open, that's when we played April and Alex, fresh off of them winning the gold medal.
Oh,
and it was really wild when we were like, I vividly remember just going back to serve and being like, wait a minute, who am I serving? April, Alex? And I was like, wait, I just watched them on TV for like a whole 2 weeks. This is wild. Like, there they are. And it was so weird on the flip side because we played in our first game, we played 2 gonna be sophomores, or one's gonna be a sophomore, one may be a freshman in college. So it was like such a like role reversal. And they in the tent after the game, one of the girls was like, oh my goodness, I was like joking with my partner, I was like, yeah, we had so much film on them because we had just watched them. And I think that is exactly what
in
our 3 years ago, I told Taryn, I was like, well, at least we have film on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was, that was wild.
Was that by any chance a game that went like crazy long? Like, was it against April and Alex?
That
I
was.
remember that. I was there, and I was like, they were like, would it go to like 30 or something? It was something crazy.
Was it
Do you remember?
32-30, 28?
28-30.
28-30?
Yeah, something
Guy
crazy.
called out a double. I'll never forget it. Never forget that rep
Sorry.
either.
Sorry, didn't mean to
okay,
bring that
it's
up. We were
no,
rolling all the
it's-
positive stuff, and then I had to go in
it's
there.
literally-
I didn't know if you guys wanted or not too. That's what I was like,
It's those moments that like I'm gonna remember that for forever, but
Yeah.
it's going to be beneficial.
Yeah, wow.
I will say, walking throughout Manhattan Beach, and people just being like, "That girl's an Olympian," and I have really good ears, so I can hear absolutely everybody saying that, and I'm like blown. I'm like,
I am.
me?
Yeah. You're like, they
So-
weren't talking. Oh, it is me.
That
Yes.
was so
that is
crazy.
me. Yes.
Yeah.
And you guys got sports cards now. We were talking about that before the
Yes.
show.
There is just so much going on.
People were giving you guys sports cards. It's not just
Yeah.
sports cards, but like Topps is like the biggest company in our world, like in the collectibles world, and
Yeah.
you guys have like the product, Topps Chrome. That's so cool.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
This
There
guy.
we go. We're
Pretty
gonna get a couple
cool. I also
autographs
like
for him
this
for
American flag
Robbie
one.
here.
This one's
and his
cool.
daughters.
The American flag
That
one.
one's really cool.
But crazy.
Crazy.
Just crazy. And then being
Yeah.
carried into shellbacks, that was pretty cool.
That is
Terrifying.
cool. Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
I figured it was terrifying.
I do not like leaving the ground.
So that's
I'm
that's
scared of
tradition
heights.
too. Is that tradition
is-
to get carried in there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were texting. So right after we had won, we went to media, and then we went to the players' tent because it was a quick turnaround. I think we had an hour in between our semifinal and then our final match.
Oh my god.
And
That's
so we were like
crazy.
trying to eat, and then after the game, it hit us, and we're like, oh my gosh, we are starving. So we were eating, and everybody's texting us and calling us. They're like, where are you guys? We need to carry you into shellbacks.
yeah.
And I was like,
Because the guys' championship had happened before, so
They're
all the
already
guys
waiting.
were already
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there
yeah.
like celebrating. So they were just waiting for us.
Yep.
Wow. That's
And then
crazy.
we walked in. They were like, wait.
they made us
stop.
go backwards. Yeah, they like yelled at us.
You have to be carried in.
the
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
You have to be carried in.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
It's crazy. Vince Vaughn was
Yeah,
there.
wait. What is that?
Hold
Tell me
on.
about that.
Can we also rewind?
Wait, he was just hanging out?
LeBron was at our game.
Okay, yeah. Let's
LeBron
talk Olympics.
James.
You guys gave me some good notes. I want to break down a little bit of the stuff.
All right, yeah.
Because I'm gonna nerd out about a few of those experiences.
Yes.
But that was your travel was a mess, right?
Oh my gosh.
We got there 29 hours late.
29
So
hours is wild.
when
And this
we-
is also Drew's first international experience and a terrible travel.
Yeah. Well, I forget what happened.
So
there was
the
like
IT outage happened.
yeah, that's what it was. IT.
Then
outage, yeah.
there were no more flights leaving out of New Orleans. So we were sitting in the airport literally all day. Got delayed. And then we
sat there from 12:30 to 8 p.m. in the New Orleans airport.
I almost cried at the end of the night. I was
Could
like,
you have gotten like a private jet? Like if somebody, I'm
We
surprised
were-
nobody was like, all right, we're gonna fix this. These Olympians need to go there. Like,
yeah.
She was chatting it up with some of the flight
I was
attendants,
chatting
and they
it up
were
with everybody. I was like, get me over there.
yeah, right.
And
Like
there
I'm
was
about to
something-
represent our country.
yeah.
Like,
But so that happened. We had a delay, cancel. We book a new flight out of Houston, get the last rental car out of Lafayette, drive there the next morning. Thankfully, Drew drove us because we were
Well,
both
first of
really
all, my
tired.
parents drove us to Lafayette because there were no rental cars anywhere
New Orleans.
in the vicinity. So my parents drove us to Lafayette to get the rental car.
And then we drove to Houston, dropped off the rental car, got on our flight straight from Houston to Paris. And then when you get there, you know all of like those amazing videos where you get your Skim stuff and your Ralph stuff. No joke. We get into the Olympic Village, and what was it, less than 30 minutes later, they're like, oh, you have to get on a bus in 5 minutes. I was like, 5 minutes? So we throw all of our stuff in a bag, and we're like, I guess we're going to just head to our experience. It's like the
It's called the
Team
TUI,
USA,
Team USA
yeah.
Welcome Experience.
okay.
and it was so cool.
We're like
Absolutely amazing.
trying to get like a little bit of makeup on in the bus ride over just because we're like huge bags under our eyes, which I currently have, but just like trying to be like presentable because we know we're going to be taking a ton of pictures and
exactly.
so
everything.
much social media going on.
Are you guys
Oh.
wearing
and-
the Ralph?
So that's where you get fitted
Oh,
for
okay,
everything.
okay.
Yeah, and Nike, and
Yeah.
you go through and they like fit you for everything, and you get to try everything on.
And we're supposed to be doing it with all the 3 other beach teams.
Yeah, yeah.
So we
missed
show up.
it.
We
Yeah.
show up. They had already done like 2 of the stations, and we show up, and they're just all sitting there like waiting for us.
We're like, sorry, 29 hours
yeah,
later.
exactly, yeah.
But it was cool. We eventually, like, again, we got to get fitted for opening, closing, all the like Nike gear, and it was pretty cool how personable. Like, you walk into the fitting room, and it's the Nike part. It has each of our names on it. It says like, "Welcome, Kristen Nuss." It's just like, okay, whoa, that's pretty cool. Like, I don't think any other country is doing it that. So that whole thing was just, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, your guys' videos on that was so cool. I have like a little kid just watching all your guys' stuff.
Yeah,
so badass.
and we walked away with 2 giant suitcases.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. How much shit did you guys get? You
A
guys
lot.
got
We were very spoiled.
But honestly, it was the like t-shirts and everything. They gave me all smalls, so like all of the like shorts and stuff fit, but like none of the shirts fit me. But the jackets work, and so like that sizing was hard. So
Did you get it right, or do you just
no? Because I think we also, since it was all a disaster. The exchange thing didn't work out.
Yeah.
So sadly, don't have like all of the gear. I mean, I don't know if I was actually gonna.
I was gonna say,
fully
I think you
wear
have
it,
enough.
but yeah, this stuff it's pretty sick.
It is, and some of it is a little too loud. Like, I'm not gonna go walk around in a red, white, and blue shiny jacket that says 2024 Olympian.
Yeah.
And
Heck yeah, I am.
Like, I've been waiting for this my whole life.
actually,
obviously.
she did wear it on the way home,
Heck
on the
yeah.
flight home.
Well, because I was really wanting to get it upgraded, so I was like, we're just gonna
I love that power
just gonna
move. That's
pull out.
Well, because she's like, nobody ever thinks that I'm an athlete. They always ask me, and I'm like, you guys are picking the wrong person. Like, she is like an athlete.
It didn't work though. We didn't get it upgraded.
And we did not. That
bullshit.
was so
I
sad.
tried.
Yeah, I really did try.
I love that move though. You're like, no, I'm getting upgraded. I'm wearing my Olympian shirt.
Yeah.
I love that.
But I think our families are going to be very grateful for all of the extra things that, because even there I was like, does anybody want this, or this? And, just spreading out the Team USA love.
Yeah, I mean, just the amount of gifts that they get. Like, we walked in our room, you have like a new Samsung phone. It's
Just
like,
a phone.
I just gave you a phone.
Yeah. And it's like one of like the new,
It's like a $3,000 phone or something somebody was selling it for.
nice.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
but just
Get you a
again,
little
just
bag.
so many little different goodie bags,
Yeah.
There were.
which is nice.
That's nice.
We were very spoiled.
Were the beds cardboard again?
As
They-
everybody is asking,
I know, I'm
yes,
sure
they were
everybody- yeah.
cardboard.
Were they?
And then there were, so it was really nice for all the taller athletes. They had extenders. So the bed was it was too long for me, which
Really?
I am not complaining
Whoa.
about.
Yeah,
That was
you didn't
fantastic.
your feet didn't even reach the extender.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
how long they were. It was great.
Nice.
Um,
Could you
and
tell it
then-
was cardboard? I'm sure people
So-
were asking that too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
The USOPC provided all of the USA athletes with mattress toppers. So
Nice.
I personally thought the bed was fine. If I did not have, we took off before we had the mattress topper we sat on, it was a brick. But the mattress toppers, yeah, I thought it was a normal bed.
Yeah. But you were like, no. even
She
with the
had a
mattress
different
topper,
opinion.
I think maybe I'm a little bit. I have higher expectations for a bed.
That was
I don't
nicely
know.
put. Yeah, that was nicely put. That was good.
But no, it was fine. Like,
I like a firm mattress.
it's not like I could sleep anyway. It was
Gotcha.
just
Yeah,
we would
yeah.
finish matches at 10 or at 11:30, and then we wouldn't get back to our room until 2 or 3 in the morning.
What?
And those were just our days, like every single day. So then we would try and sleep in as late as possible, but then the sun would come out. So
Right.
it's not like we slept for those 3 weeks anyway.
Jesus.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
what?
sorry,
go ahead.
you got it.
No, the games were late. I mean, is that just for the viewing time here in America and like things like that?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that
Which
kinda
was
sucks.
like the biggest blessing, and
Yeah.
but also a slight curse.
Yeah.
When,
I honestly loved playing at night though. I
It
just
was really
personally
cool.
like playing under the
was
lights.
gonna ask, okay.
I love that. So it was a little weird in
Yeah.
the round of 16 game. That was for the first one we had played during the day. So that was like, it was very weird.
That is interesting. Yeah.
That was weird.
Oh, we were talking about how the schedule, everything was super late, but transportation to get to and from everywhere, that was brutal.
That's what I was saying. You said
they
you had a lot
had
of time on the bus.
they had a specific Olympic lane, but there was just like so many different things, like with opening ceremonies where our venue is by the Eiffel Tower, so like there were so many
Everything was
things
closed.
blocked off even the transportation buses couldn't get through because they had like stands and everything.
Gotcha.
And then there would be like a marathon happening one day. So it was just like, it took us anywhere from, I would say 45 minutes to an hour just to get from the village to the venue. So that's that's like 2-hour travel time going to and from.
Yeah.
So it was just
Like the days just went.
yeah, there was just like I feel like there was no time for anything.
Yeah.
It was just transportation. Okay, do what you need to do. Transportation, do what you need to do. Like,
Did you guys have like
Yeah.
workout facilities and stuff? Is there like in the village and
We
everything?
had
you
to
go
ride
work
a
out?
bus to that too. Well, we
What?
were lucky again. USA had their own high performance training center.
Gotcha, that's nice,
So
yeah.
you would leave the village and then you would go on a bus, but then you would have to come back into the village, and then to get into the village, it's like getting into a bubble or whatever. So you have to
Yeah.
go through security, and then you have to walk. It's kind of process.
Yeah,
to-
definitely.
I love that. Like you have to have security
Right,
for
right,
sure.
right.
But it was a lot to just get in and out. It
Yeah.
takes 30 minutes.
the location of the village was also like pretty far just
North.
out. I mean, obviously they
That's what I was
needed a
gonna
lot
say.
of space.
Yeah.
So it was just the location of it was tricky. So
How-
I would say the two cons or for all of the Olympics would be the transportation, and then I think the food in the village was subpar. I mean, it got like
it wasn't good.
no. It definitely. Who was Micah Christensen? It was like his third Olympics. He was like, yeah, the 2 prior Olympics, the food was so
much
different.
better.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think it was so bad? Was there any reasoning behind it? It just wasn't
The
the
first
priority?
couple days, I think it was like poorly staffed, so there were
Gotcha.
just like bins that were empty, and they were
would run
running out of protein. But then the bins started being filled, but then the food was just like bland.
Yeah,
it was
it
just
wasn't
very
good. Yeah.
simple.
It's like
so, yeah.
rubbery.
But
Not great.
yeah.
But again, we were in the Olympics.
Yeah,
so like
no.
you're
I
just
understand.
gonna
you're not
chew it and
complaining,
eat it.
But also, you're also Olympians, so like you would think like some of the fuel that they're
Yeah.
providing would be like,
Yeah.
let's get the best out of these athletes. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
I
No,
definitely
get
would
it.
say
I don't think you guys are
I've been
complaining or
saying
anything.
the village is definitely not glamorous. I don't
Okay,
think
it's
people know that, or everyone
Yeah.
was thinking I feel like it was glamorous. It definitely
No, the
is
wild
not.
part is just like walking by and you're like that was Simone Biles, or like somebody else was like casually just eating lunch next to Serena Williams, and I was like,
Wait, the bakery.
there was a bakery right outside. So it was the Team USA house,
Yeah.
and then right there was a bakery, and the bakery had the world's best baguettes and croissants and chocolate bread
Oh my God.
and everything, and it was dangerous.
I do miss.
It
I miss
sounds
the bread.
amazing.
I miss
haven't
the
eaten
bread.
lunch yet today again. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Foot down. Yes. Sorry. Sorry guys. Sorry.
But yeah, no.
How do they set up the villages? Is it just like huts? Are they like when you say Team USA house? Like
It
where?
was like a apartment complex. So in
Okay, gotcha.
our room, there were
In each country, they have like buildings. So
Gotcha.
we're saying like all of Team USA was in this one
Right.
building.
apartment complex. Yeah. So in ours, there were 3 bedrooms, and in each bedroom there were 2 beds.
Gotcha.
So we were with 4 fencing girls and then us.
I was
2.
gonna ask you. Okay.
Yeah.
Fencing.
Yeah,
And then,
fencing.
yeah.
Learned a lot about fencing.
Yeah.
Did
Do
they
you
were
know
so
there
cool.
are like 3 different disciplines of fencing?
No, I
So
didn't.
we
What's
were
a
with
discipline?
the epi fencers, but there's also saber and foil.
It's
Whoa.
like
I'm a
different.
big fan of the
than-
sabers. Yeah,
Yeah.
the saber fencing is my favorite. Yeah. What?
But just like hearing them talk about it and all their gear, I was like, we are so lucky that we just walk on the sand. They
Right.
have these kits and then blades, and then you have to fix the blade. Is it a blade?
Yeah, it's a blade.
It's an
Like-
actual blade when you're like sword fighting.
It's
Yes. And then we got to
it doesn't like cut you.
No. It has like a little thing that's like a mechanical pencil
That pushes
Gotcha.
in.
thing
It
at the
goes in,
top.
yeah.
And if you push it hard enough, that's when it's like a point for.
I also got to put on their like face covering
Nice.
mask.
It's like a beekeeper.
I don't know how
Yeah, I
you
can see it.
like you can't see very well. So I'm like I feel like I just missed. Like it's so hard because you can't see. It's like
Yeah.
a cage.
That's interesting.
We had laundry done. It was just like crazy living there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
It
they
was
just
like a
like
little
put your
summer
stuff on a thing, and then that's the way I imagine it, right? It's just like a bunch of there's a bunch of athletes here. We're just at an athlete camp, and they're just
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Were any of the big name people around? Like because I know some sports stay off site or something like
All
that.
of basketball was gone because their venue is 3 hours away. So
3 hours
yeah,
away.
transportation was
Yeah.
just impossible. The only time they came was for opening ceremonies.
Gotcha.
Um,
It was downpouring too, huh?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I saw the pictures,
That was-
We get all ready, and then we walk outside, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But I would not have it any other way. I sat up on the top of the boat, got rained on with the rest of the athletes. Not a single person went inside or down below.
That's
like
so awesome.
everybody's like, we are
wearing this.
here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool. I had my poncho, so like I had the American flag, and from like this part of my arm down to my finger just soaked, and like midway through I just switched arms because I started to prune. Like that's how we were drenched,
And we were in wet jeans.
Ugh.
yeah.
And like nice shoes, and they
Yeah.
were just soaked and muddy, and they were white.
Oof.
I mean, and also for opening ceremonies, everyone prior had been telling us like, you just sit and wait pretty much the whole time, which
You do.
that is 100% confirmed. We were just sitting in line waiting. Then we finally boarded the bus, sat on the bus for like an hour, waited, then got to the boat, got on the boat, waited. But all of that was so worth it at the first USA chant when we finally saw people, and it was just all of a sudden we like hit people, and it was like probably like 15 rows deep of just people. And the first
Sitting
USA
out in the
chant,
rain.
just
Yeah.
absolute chills. And it literally, I feel like I got hit with so many emotions. I was like trying to like hold it together. But that moment was pretty darn cool, just to be on the boat with all the USA
Traded
athletes.
pins with Steph. I was
What?
like, hey, I hear you like volleyball. Do you want to trade?
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Were
It
they
was-
cool? Everybody was cool?
Oh yeah,
So
super cool.
cool.
I mean,
That's
Steph had like a disposable camera, like he was
That's so
taking a
great.
bunch of pictures.
Yeah.
He was definitely, I feel like, the most friendly and
Personal,
just
yeah,
personable. Because people would even like, he was like engaging in conversations with people.
That's
Like I
awesome.
thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because you see them on TV and you put them on this huge pedestal, and then you like get next to them and you're like,
Yeah.
you're just normal.
Yeah, you look normal. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It was like a crazy realization for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Then
They
LeBron
were-
was at one of your guys' games, right?
Yes.
Talk to me about that. That's you
So
were
this-
waving at him. You guys were making eye contact. That's pretty
Yes,
crazy.
we're best friends now.
Yeah, obviously.
We chat sometimes. No, he supposedly, this is the story that we were told, because we were like, how in the
Yeah.
world? First of all, our family wanted to be there. Like, they stayed
course.
until the last second.
For
They were
everyone who
gonna
doesn't know, we had a rain
kick out.
delay, so we had to leave the stadium.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes.
Was it actually raining or was it just?
Oh, it was downpour.
Oh, it was,
It
okay. 'Cause
downpoured.
They said lightning at first.
Downpour.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody had to leave the stadium. We were sitting in the back. They finally got us out into like the little athletes lounge or whatever. They gave us like a bazillion towels. And then they came over and told us, and they were like, if this is longer than 4 hours, you guys are going to have to start over 0-0 game 1 tomorrow morning, potentially.
Yeah, potentially.
And we were like, what? It was currently in the game. It was third set, 2-3. We were up
Yeah.
by 1 point. And I was like, no, we
Yeah.
are playing this game tonight. And luckily we were able to get back out there, but our families could not come back in. And my mom was like, I almost got arrested. And I was like, what? And she's like, I was trying to tell the security that is my baby and I am not leaving. And I was like, oh my gosh, you do not want to mess with a mama bear. Like,
No,
she
yeah.
is so excited to be there. Anyway, they all had to watch it in like a train station. The only person that got to stay in was LeBron. And they told us it was because his driver lost his keys when the rain delay happened. And he was like, we can't get you out. So he was in a box, so he was safe from like the rain, but they couldn't like get him down, and
Right,
it wouldn't be
yeah.
like safe for him for
Yeah.
security reasons. So he stayed. And then the driver found their keys and he was like, well, the game is starting. So he just got to stay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the story
And
that
it
was
was
told at
just
least.
that's what we were told.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's true or not. I don't really care.
Who cares?
It
He
was
was there.
like so special to like look up and see somebody that you're cheering for or you're watching on
Yeah.
TV for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And he's there in
Cheering you
yes,
on.
yeah,
Yeah.
full of
Did you see
excitement.
him though, like during the game, or
No,
it was
I
just
had no
when it
idea.
ended?
I was like laser focused.
Did you see him during the game?
No, because I didn't even know he was at the game until when the rain delay happened. We went to the athlete area, and our one of the USA staff members was like, I think LeBron was here tonight. I was like, what? And when we went back out, there was obviously no one in the stands. So Mark was doing a really good job, like on the announcing thing, like just like
Because
keeping
nobody could go in.
Mark was
keeping
announcing?
noise. Yeah.
For the
AVP,
Olympics?
yeah, and the
Yeah,
Olympics.
he was there.
What? That's awesome.
So it was, but he was doing a really good job of just like basically not having just like silence,
Yeah.
because literally just the volunteers and then the USA staff
Yeah.
and the Chinese staff people. So there was probably maybe like 25, 50 people in the stands.
Yeah.
And he had like said something. He was like, man, if only there was a very good like USA basketball person here in the building. Like when no one else was there, I was like, is LeBron still here? I was like, that was a really weird thing for him to say.
And then
all of a sudden, after when we were shaking hands at the game, I looked up and I was like, holy crap, I think that's LeBron.
That's so awesome.
And then that's when she then finally saw him. And
you could see the look on my face.
His little dance move. We had so many people recreating his dance move.
So crazy.
But they were going nuts during the game. They kept panning to him when we were watching the game and everything. Like he was like all in it, and then his daughters were in it.
Yeah,
or his daughter. It was pretty cool.
That was
so crazy.
Was it daughter or daughters?
I think
only one.
Right?
Yeah, only one daughter was there.
Yeah.
But
That's so awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's crazy. Best friends.
Best
Unbelievable.
friends. Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
That's
that was
awesome.
even at opening ceremonies. They like they were at the same eye level.
He like came across me and like because everybody was just trying to get out of the rain, so you were so close to everybody, and he was like sliding past, and obviously everybody was like down here to him, and he slid past. He like saw that we were eye level, checks my feet, looks back up. He's like, God damn.
That's awesome.
I was like, hi.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
I even when they were because we were right
Not
by
as
all
tall
of
as I thought though.
Really?
Kevin Durant, tall. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. We were right by all the basketball players, and when they were like, all right, LeBron, we need to go, because he was a flag bearer, so they had to go. And I'm like in his line of like walking past. I was like, if I don't move, I think he could just like truck me. I was like, he may take me out.
Oh my
He's
God.
a big boy.
That's wild. Kevin Durant was tall though.
Yeah. He was. That was the only one who I was like,
He was so
like,
tall.
Yeah, he tries to downplay his height
Yeah.
all the time. He's like, no, I'm 6'10". You're like, motherfucker, no, you're 7
Yeah.
foot. Like,
Yeah.
you're easily 7'1". Like, yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah. And I got to take a pic with Drew Holiday, which
Really?
was
That's
he was
nice.
literally like mid eating a chocolate croissant.
You're like,
I was
only in France.
I was like, Drew, what are the chances I can get a picture with you? And Kevin Durant was like, ooh, mid croissant.
But it's just
That's
like
awesome.
crazy. You're
Yeah.
like casually dropping these names,
Yeah.
you know? But everybody's just there, you know?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very fun. So talk to me. The format was a little different. Is that like is it just more the night games and then having to like
It
do
was
different
just so
things?
drawn
It was
out.
long.
Just long. You're talking
Yeah.
about like time in between games, and like you guys are used to playing 3 days in a row and being done with a tournament, right?
Yeah, kind of. And then you only play every other day.
Right.
And then we had to wait all day to play.
Yeah.
Then you're just kind of like, okay, what do we do to fill our time? You don't want to like walk too much, but you don't want to not walk.
True.
And it was just kind of like balancing all
Yeah.
of those things.
Yeah,
So
like,
yeah,
I
it was
mean,
just weird.
At Manhattan, we played for 3 days. We played 6 games. That was 2 more than we played for a week and a half.
Yeah,
in
that's
Paris.
crazy. Yeah, that's a good perspective. That's crazy.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was,
Yeah.
Is it frustrating too? Like, I mean, the way things go, it's just the way things shake out, right? Like, the team that you played that you wound up losing to, that they shouldn't have been there in that position, right? Is that frustrating for you guys? Like, just being like, this opponent really this early, like, or is it just like, all right, we're playing, it is what it is, and you just roll?
to me, I feel like our whole journey, we
that.
kept getting like
Yeah.
just hard draws.
yeah.
Even like our pool, everyone was saying it was
The death
the
pool.
pool of
Yeah,
death.
I thought that too.
Um,
yeah.
We did have a challenge.
So, I mean,
It was
yes
just another
and no.
thing. Yeah, it was really just like
That
another
was
thing that we
the-
got to overcome. Yeah, yeah.
that was the game though. I even told Taryn, I was like, we win that game, we're a medalist.
agree.
And that was
Yeah.
just the game that we had to get past, and then unfortunately we didn't.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
hard. It may be slightly reassuring that they then did go medal. Like,
Right.
okay, we lost
We're
to the
not
team
crazy,
who
yeah.
did go and medal.
They just turned it on though. They were balling because you watch their next games too. You're just like, all right, like where is this coming from? So talk to me about how frustrating that is, right? There's so many things that are out of your control, but you're just like, this team turned it on and did their thing, and now we just have to react to it. So I know there's a lot of emotions, you know, especially going in 3-0 and then that happening. What was that like afterwards? That's got to be hard.
Well, we were waiting for the draw to happen.
Yeah.
And we got one of the lucky losers, and it was either Japan or it was Canada.
Right.
And I shut off my phone and I went to bed and I was like, we're playing Canada. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't even we're not playing Japan. We are playing Canada. We always play Canada.
Yeah.
And it actually happened to be that way. And Chris is like, yep, we got Canada. And I was like, game time. Like, you really don't have a choice. You're going to go out there and you're going to battle. And yeah, it's unfortunate, like timing. But in the end, it really has to be like the way that it was supposed to be, and we're gonna grow and learn so much from it. As much as it sucks, it is so hard, it's so devastating. I literally felt like my heart got ripped out of my chest and like stomped to the ground, and I couldn't really even look at Kristen or Drew for a little bit. Like I would just keep my head down because I was so sad. And it has been a long journey, but it's just the way things go sometimes. And like Drew said, he was like, it's over.
Yeah.
That's it.
We got to move on. It's so crazy. It's got to be so hard. And that's where I think we were talking, the blues come from, is like, it's so crazy. You could play so good, and it comes down to one in 45 minutes. You're just like, what just happened? Like, it's over? Like, I can't imagine what that's like. Yeah.
Yeah.
4 years to 40 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. That's wild. How hard was it too? So like, I can imagine seeing your family and trying to turn it on and be like, all right, we're happy, and thank you guys for being here. It's got to be hard. Obviously, you're very grateful. You're very happy that they are, but you're going through some real human emotions too at that point too. So was it hard to enjoy like Paris after that too? Yeah. How long did you guys stay?
4 or 5 extra days.
Oh my gosh.
So it kind of turned into a family vacation for me, which was really nice, and I needed that.
Okay, good. Yeah.
But there were multiple times where I would just like catch my mom, or she would like catch me just like staring off into the distance or like starting to cry.
Yeah.
And she would just like hold me, and it was so nice to have her and Eric the same thing. It was just like they knew that I was just going through so many waves of emotion, so that like I would go from like happy to extremely sad to crying to smiling, and I was just like, you have to work with me right now. Like I can't do anything about it, and nobody was upset with like my attitude. And
I think we had very different
we had to
post family things.
Our families are the exact opposite. We're the opposite.
My 3 brothers were just like making jokes about it, and like they were definitely like,
Kristen's like, it is so good that you are not with me right now. And I was like, I would probably have just left.
So like, for instance, my brother came out with the song Golden. He made for it, and he was like, should I go change the title to A Round of 16? So like, that was some things that even like literally the night that we lost, like that was some things that the family, they were just making some nice little jabs. So we definitely had some very different, I think, family experiences. But I mean, their outlook was like, you really do, you just gotta move on. Like it is what it is, which
that is
that's
like
fair.
Her motto. Like that's what you always say to me, and it drives me crazy because I'm like, no, I'm not ready yet.
Yeah,
like, but it is what it is.
Yeah, if we just sit and sulk in it, that's not really gonna do anything about it. I think you do just have to.
Which is why we got sent to Manhattan Beach.
But I think that's good. I mean, right? Like, I mean, there's so many things that are out of control, but what you're in control of is how you respond to it, right? So I think the Olympics are a different story. I think you should feel that sadness, but at the same time, I think what makes you guys great athletes is the mindset to be able to bounce back, right? It happens all the time within the game. You guys do it in micro moments, right? You can lose a set and then bounce back and win the next 2. So you do it. It's just like on that scale, it's really hard. But
I mean, don't get me wrong. That night, like I for sure bawled my eyes out that night, for sure. But yeah, you gotta move on. You gotta bounce back, like you said.
And what's next? Yeah, and so that decision. So how many days did it take to decide? How long did you have to decide before Manhattan Beach?
Well, we actually talked to the AVP and we're like, hey, we don't really know, and they're like, take your time, and they were very gracious.
Yeah.
But what day did we actually decide?
Was it like 2 days before we actually left Paris?
Oh, before we left. So like the 9th.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess
So
there
you
wasn't.
decided before you guys left, but you had a couple days afterwards to be like, all right, let the dust settle a little bit.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I think we were just going back and forth, and it was like, man, do we go play? Because our bodies were like fine, but I think as soon as you're done with a big event, I think your body is just like, okay, I can relax.
Yeah.
But we were like, you're going again. Yeah. Get ready.
Yeah, she was like very sick all through Manhattan.
Like physically sick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Well, I saw you guys in the airport before you guys got there, and like you were done with security for a second. I was like, I'm sure they don't even want to talk to us right now. I was just like, hey, and then you were like, you got through and you were like, hi, okay, and just kept going. I was like, yeah, please just go. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I was so sick for like I think I'm on like day 9, so I'm feeling a little bit better. But every single day and night, I would wake up in Manhattan. Kristen's like, you okay?
Here's some Sudafed.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like the show must go on.
Yeah.
You got to figure it out. And
No,
even one of the
absolutely.
players was like, "Did you lose your voice?" And I was like, "No, I'm like really sick."
Like I'm actually battling right now. Leave me alone. Yeah, get away
I was
from
like,
me probably
please,
too.
please just like don't talk to me. I'm trying to just like keep
Yeah.
it together. And
Yeah.
you got to battle through.
Hey, but
Yeah.
your name is now cemented on the
True.
Manhattan Beach Pier.
Yeah.
True.
Unbelievable.
Well, not yet.
Not yet, but will
Well,
be.
will be.
Yeah, you put in the work to do it.
So good job.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch any of those. I was in New York doing all that stuff, crazy busy. I watched every second of the Olympics. But did you guys win it in straight? Like, did you have any adversity there? Was there any, what was the road to
Yeah.
the championship?
You got it.
I mean, the championship was definitely a battle. The first set,
It was against Tony too, right?
Not
That was
semis.
the-
Oh, it was the
semis.
semis?
Yeah,
Okay,
we played
okay.
Tony
Played them
twice.
twice.
Okay.
But yeah, we had, so when we played them, and it was the
Love how
third
she's
round.
pointing with her middle finger.
The third round in the winners bracket is the first time we played Tony, and we lost the second set. It was like I think it was like 26-24.
Oh.
So yeah, that one went to 3. That was a nice little battle, and then the championship match was the next 3-setter, and we were down. We lost the first one like 21-17, and it was rough. We were definitely not playing well, and to again kind of bounce back from that and pull out the second set. And then in the our little tent area after the second set, I was like, Taryn, they shouldn't have let us win that second set because we're winning this thing now.
Yeah.
And we
love
did.
that.
We went
I
out.
was just like trying to breathe.
Yeah.
I was like, I looked at Kristen. I go, Kristen, I am a 3 out of 10. I am feeling horrible. I do not feel good. My left foot was killing me. I was sick. I was just, I couldn't breathe. Like nothing was going well. And I was like, I'm going to need you right now. And I will try and do everything that I can in my power to make this happen. And it was just kind of like a final push. And I looked at Kristen and I could see how much she was just like, we're going to do this. And I was like, all right, I could do it for 30 more minutes. And then anything can happen after.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be lying if in the back of my head I was not like, we lost the Olympics. We're not losing this.
Fucking right. Let's go.
It's like,
That's what I thought that same thing. I was like,
Sure.
I don't care what
Sure,
it's
sure.
like right now.
Yeah.
I try not to curse on your guys' show, and I just curse. Sorry, Grandma. Sorry.
Beep.
Sorry. Yeah, we'll bleep that one out. Who'd you guys play in the finals?
It was Betsy and Julia.
They
had,
were reigning champs.
Yeah, they
Really?
won last year. They took
Nice.
out Sarah and Kelly in the semis.
Wow.
And they always, whenever we play against them, they come out so strong and just
Yeah.
fiery.
Yeah.
I feel like if we look at the matchups we've played against them, I feel like they do typically win the first set against us, which
That's wild.
we probably need to figure that out. But
Seems like it's worked out. It's worked out sometimes. Yeah.
but I mean, it's always a battle with them.
Yeah.
They play very well, very strong serving team. So yeah, there was no surprise that we were playing them in the finals. I mean,
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
playing well.
It was also so weird going from playing with an FIVB ball like the entire year almost. Except for like a week or so.
Huntington, that was it.
Yeah, I think we played for a week and then 3 days right before we played, and then we get there and we were at practice and we were like, oh my gosh, we forgot what it's like to play with these balls. It was so weird.
I forget which one you said you like playing with better.
I think
Preference?
now I think the Mikasa now.
Really?
I
I don't know. I go back and forth because
And what's the
they
difference
just
again?
play so different.
I know obviously Mikasa and Wilson, right? Like,
Yeah.
But what's the
That
physical?
one floats a lot
Okay.
less. The Wilson
Floats
floats a lot
It's a
less,
little like heavier.
Gotcha.
which
Okay.
is kind of why I like it because you can just hit the crap out of it.
Yeah. Crush it. Yeah. Let's go.
That was also our first AVP without Drew.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Which is
wasn't there?
crazy.
There
Yeah,
you
he
go.
wasn't there.
Gotcha.
He was also I think he was Parised out. But
He's like,
A
you know
lot
what?
of
I
people
need
were
a break.
Parised out, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And then you got carried out there and did your thing, and you guys will be forever. Where do they put it? It's on,
the
the
pier.
actual pier,
On
right?
the pier.
That's so bad.
Someone texted us. Oh, it was Mr. Joey, right? He texted us and he was like,
yeah.
your great
Yeah.
grandchildren
Yeah.
will see that, and my great grandchildren will see that. That's cool.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. No, forever legacies right there. That's so
Oh
fun.
my
That's
gosh,
like a big
wait,
one.
one other hilarious thing. We don't even know what time zone it is right now. You know, like our bodies are just kind of super jet lagged and you're just like bouncing back. I think our families finally realized how challenging that is. Because for the first day or so, day, 2 days, 3 days, they were like, I'm tired. I'm so tired. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
do you want to
Welcome.
go practice? And I was
Yeah.
like, just think. So what you're feeling right now, you have to go to the gym and
Right.
do a workout and then
Right.
practice and then play 2 days later. And now all of them are like, you guys are crazy. And I was like, well, we already
Yeah.
knew that, but thank you.
That was
And
actually,
media
yeah.
and all the extra shit too that goes into all of it too.
My brother and my sister-in-law, they had, and the family had tough travels there too, and they were like, we don't even know how we're still married.
But we have
Yeah.
like some fights or like disagreements. Like when you're traveling, it
It's
just
testy. It's
yes,
like,
you're angry. You
Yeah.
didn't get sleep. You have to be there early. Something
Yeah.
is wrong. You made a wrong decision. I don't know. There's just like so many things. And 4 years later, we are still friends,
Yeah.
still friends.
even though we moved out. Stop it. That is the fakest cry.
She's gonna realize it in 2 weeks.
not.
Remember, she said when she's
I
all settled in.
know.
I was like, can I just have a hug? I just want one hug now
Sure,
that you're
sure.
moving out. And she was like,
Don't touch me.
Oh my gosh, that is
you were not excited. You're
She
never
gave you a side
excited.
hug?
That is
no, she gave
so
me a
not
real
true.
hug.
that was
Wow.
I did not do that on the hug.
What'd you do?
I gave you a hug. I didn't like. Oh, I guess.
No, you did not.
Wow. Well, tell Eric I'm ready to hang out whenever he wants, and then you guys can do your thing. I'll steal Eric every now and then.
Alright.
But you guys
Oh,
can do your
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Perfect.
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
perfect.
See. That'll be good.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Steal Eric.
that's wild.
Take him.
Yeah. What's the schedule like coming up for you guys? Are you guys AVP now? Like, wait, and what did
We
you guys?
qualified for the
What'd you
league.
Yeah, that's what I saw that. So what does that mean?
Gosh. So
What
the
does that mean?
AVP League, it is right after Chicago. There's a draft for what team you're going to be on, and there's 8 different cities, and in each city there's going to be a men's team and a women's team, and you play for 8 weeks in the regular season of the league, and then on the 9th week,
But
it's
you
the
only play
championship.
4 of those 8 weekends.
Wait,
just
when is that?
depending on
Next
how
year?
this. No,
Or
no, no.
this year?
September to November.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So we're just
warm
like
cities,
it's like
I'm
go
assuming?
go go.
And I think some of them are also indoor places, like the location
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
indoors.
So it's
Um,
Miami, Palm Springs,
Dallas,
Dallas,
Austin,
Austin.
Whoa.
San Diego.
Oceanside, Anaheim. Oh, that's the locations. San Diego.
Where do you guys want to go?
Yeah.
What are the top 3 places you would want to go? So it's just
I mean,
randomly
probably
assigned.
somewhere close.
Yeah. It's randomly assigned,
It's
or
draft.
based on your.
Yeah.
Oh, it's draft. Wait, who draft? Like the city drafts?
We don't
Or-
fully
We
know
don't
how the.
know the
Okay, sorry.
details
Yeah, I'm
on
asking a
that.
lot of questions right now, but.
But you
That's
play,
interesting.
You
That's
play
cool.
4 of the 8 weekends, and it's best 2 out of 3. But each game is to 15, which is very different.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you gotta.
So you play Saturday,
well.
Sunday.
That's
And then
cool.
You play
again, like
2
she said, you're linked with the men's team. So the top 4 teams, the top 4 cities, you get bonuses, and then you also get to go to AVP Championship. So only top 4 teams. So we have to.
Wow.
So it doesn't matter how
perform.
we just do.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
our men's team too.
Huh.
So you want to get paired with a really good men's team.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
see,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
cool.
crazy.
It'll be interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
But
really cool.
exciting. It's
Yeah.
it's something new for the sport.
Yeah.
I think we've been needing something new, and it's making it more of a professional thing. So
So we
Nice.
have that. We
We're
have
excited.
AVP Chicago.
And that's it.
and then
How many weekends?
hopefully
We'll
World
see.
Tour
So
final.
how many weekends is the league?
8 weekends, but we only
You
play
play 4.
Okay.
And then possibly 5 if you make a championship.
Oh, that's cool. Very nice.
Yeah. So
All right.
everybody's like, "Oh, are you guys resting?" We're like, "Nope.
Nope.
We got things
Yeah,
to
that's
do.
what I was wondering.
We
Yeah.
will rest in January, and in
Yeah.
January nobody talked to us.
Yeah. That's good. Well, Chicago is next, right? That's the immediate next thing.
Chicago.
Oh, that's the best.
Labor
tournament
Day
ever.
weekend.
That's the best
Are you
tournament.
going?
I have that on the schedule right now, but I have been traveling so much, so I'm just so tired.
Oh, are you
but
tired?
I am tired. Look, I work on my
Cold
trips. I'm not.
out.
It may be not physical as diving in the sand and all that kind of stuff and being outside, but I work too. Okay, I'm not just going on vacations and hanging out. But maybe, yeah, I want to go. That one would be a vacation though. My best friend's lives up in Chicago. It'll be his birthday weekend. We were originally going to come up there and do some stuff with you guys, but I kind of want to give you guys a break and just chill and relax. But yeah, I might just come up and just hang out and just watch the game. So
Yeah, that
We'll be
one's
there.
Fan favorite for me.
it is. That's
It is.
I just love Chicago. It's the best in the fall. So that's the
And
coolest
it's so
tournament. Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, thank you guys for the time again. We will get back on here. I don't know when, but maybe
After Chicago.
after
Yeah,
Chicago.
Chicago.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. How
Lovely.
quick does that tournament, the league, start after that? Is it like right away?
Two
It
weekends?
is the 14th is when it starts. September 14th.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
Cool.
2 weekends.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll meet after Chicago after we add some more hardware. I like it.
Perfect.
Awesome.
All right, ladies.
Thank you.
Rest up a
Thank
little
you. Thank you, Bienvenue Wealth.
bit. Yes. Shout out Bienvenue Wealth. I messed it up. It's been a while. Damn it. Damn it. Why'd you? She put. You killed it, and then you had to put it on me. Damn it. Sorry, guys. I let you guys down. Bienvenue. That was better.
Yeah, that was really good.
Told you guys I was tired.